So today, guys, no intro. We're just going to be talking about the real person fiction stuff because something happened on Twitter that's at the start of this week that really pissed me off. So there's this MotoGP journalist called Simon Patterson, and he made a tweet saying how nothing makes him more uncomfortable than real person fiction, which is a completely fair opinion to have. I'm the same way because it's just weird. There is nothing at all in motorsport fandom that makes me more uncomfortable than the frankly huge amount of fan fiction imagining relationships between racers, weird and gross behaviour. Very accurate statement. But people read this so wrong, and people got so mad at this. Well, some had sense and said, you're a fucking weirdo if you spend your day writing fanfics about athletes. Fucking go outside and get some friends. Very true. But others didn't see it that way. Can I tell you how many times I saw a tweet like this talking about Israel and other stuff? Just deflecting. Saying that nothing in motorsport makes you more uncomfortable than fanfiction is insane when there's literally racism, misogyny, people who support war and genocides, etc. But sure, a 19-year-old writing romantic relationships with green drivers is the biggest issue here. Did you imbeciles pass literature? If you did, you realise that uncomfortable isn't exactly the best word, isn't exactly the word you'd use to describe how you feel about racism or misogyny or people who support genocides. Why would you be uncomfortable about it? You'd be angry. Okay, uncomfortable is a different word to angry. Why would be the most uncomfortable thing be racism? Shouldn't that make you angry? Saying it makes you uncomfortable would do a disservice to it, would it not? Don't piss me off. Why are you getting so mad at someone having an opinion on something? An opinion that is objectively correct, because this is weird. This is uncomfortable to read for some people. Just because it's normal in your fandom spaces doesn't mean it's normal. It's just weird. And you people need to stop deflecting. Okay? Deflecting makes it seem like, oh, don't mind about this. This doesn't matter. And you know what that does? That just makes people want to look at it more. That puts it under more scrutiny, because the more you try to deflect, the more attention is put on you. I get a load of this one. This person demanded that Simon take his post down because a tweet made by a fan or fans in the fandom space. You should not engage with it because it's not for you. You're being unprofessional for exposing it to an audience that doesn't need to know about it. So in other words, you don't want people to see it. Which means that you know it's wrong, or taboo, or whatever the fuck you want to say. Which is exactly why you shouldn't do it in the first place, because no matter how... It's the internet, okay? People will find it. If you don't want people to see it, then that means it's wrong, which means you shouldn't do it. Anyway, I don't care, but I think it's funny that team personnel, etc. literally play into and monetize relationships between drivers to attract fan interest and money, and then to seek out the father is strange. Okay, look, think about it. Okay, they wouldn't be marketing it if it didn't exist. That's the issue. They're only marketing it because this exists and for some reason it's popular, so we may as well make money out of it. Okay, do you think they want to? Can you tell me with full confidence that the team personnel and riders don't think it's weird, but they're only doing it because it's marketing? That's how marketing works, okay? If it can make you money, you may as well do it. You may as well lean into it. That's just how marketing is. They're not doing it because they love it, they're doing it because they essentially have to. Again, if you don't want people to see it, then don't do it. If you want to hide it, then that means you know you're doing something wrong. Okay? It's common sense. That's your conscience telling you we shouldn't be doing this. So don't do it! Woke up and witnessed the most unprofessional behaviour I've seen in a long time from a quote-unquote journalist who doesn't understand that RPF will never go away and that pointing it outward like this will only give it more exposure and get people harassed. Hot take, but if you're writing weird shit about drivers or riders or whatever, you deserve to get harassed. I'ma just say it. Okay? You cannot be making such invasive content such as this. Okay? You deserve it. If you're going to be so invasive about other people's relationships, you deserve it. I'm sorry. And get a load of this guy. Watch this guy read a fic and post about it when he is clearly followed by drivers. Fandom business is fandom business. Stay away from it whether you like it or not, and do not interact. Especially when that could lead to driver notices. Okay, first of all, people can comment and talk about whatever the hell they want. Second of all, if you don't want people noticing, don't make it, because people will always bring it to the public, no matter what. It is on the internet, okay? You can't hide something from the internet. And if you don't want people to see it, then it's clearly wrong. If you don't want the subjects of this said content to see it, then it's clearly wrong, and you know it is wrong. So don't do it. Sense is chasing you, but you're too quick. Jesus Christ. I don't care about the second point. The second point good to hell, but the first point. RPF has been in fandoms for ages, and posting works of fiction about rich and famous millionaires on a website they don't know about does not kill them. Oh, okay. So just because they're rich, it's okay to make fantasy about them. That is a very, very, very interesting justification. Again, if the athletes following him are the subjects of said topic, or well, the content you're making, and you don't want them to see it, then it's wrong. So don't make it. So you're saying he has disgusting morals because something makes him uncomfortable, and he hasn't mentioned other things that he probably makes him uncomfortable, or even worse, as well. Oh my days. Just because this makes him uncomfortable doesn't mean he isn't bothered by other things. Okay? He's just pointing this one out in particular. Okay, stop deflecting. Your deflection is just making you look like an idiot. Fanfics has been around since 1960s. Making it out to be something weird is disrespectful to all the fans, in my opinion. Just because you guys force yourself into fan spaces to get clicks and likes, it doesn't mean that fan spaces need to change it to something comfortable for you. Disrespectful to fans who are being disrespectful to drivers. Okay, buddy. That makes so much sense. That makes so much sense. And he isn't saying you need to change fan spaces into something comfortable for you. Comfortable for him, Simon, as obviously. He's just saying it's wrong. Okay? He's stating an opinion. In fact, no, he's stating a fact. He's stating that it's weird and uncomfortable to look at. They are extremely privileged, out-of-touch millionaires. If people reading about them kissing each other on a website where they won't ever end up unless they're specifically looking for it, makes them uncomfortable, then sue me. I enjoy making them uncomfortable. What is wrong with you? No. What the fuck is wrong with you? You hollow-headed harlot. What the fuck is wrong with you? How can you say this? You enjoy making them uncomfortable just because they're rich and out of touch. Doesn't mean they have no right to privacy. Okay? Just because they're public celebrities doesn't mean they have a right to a private life. You cannot be making fantasies about their private dating life. That is weird. That is creepy. That is invasive. You are so fucking creepy. How can you say this? You enjoy making them uncomfortable. Do you think you can win a lawsuit against them? Do you? Didn't think so. What the actual fuck is wrong with you? Calls himself a journalist, but apparently has never heard of Shirky or any other 21st century media theorist, LMFAO. Teams know about this stuff and they don't condemn it because they know how valuable it is to the sport. Without fanfiction, MotoGP and F1 would be dead by now. Dead! Two of the biggest motorsport in the world, just because of fanfiction, because of retarded little girls, would be dead. Get a load of this guy, or girl, whatever, I don't give a shit. You think, because of your lunacy, that these two sports are still alive? Two multi-billion-dollar sports. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Loki pisses fuck because dude is followed by actual athletes. You are not helping to the case at all. Why would he help you? This is something that makes him uncomfortable. So yes, of course he would bring attention to it. That's the entire point. You know, I genuinely wish that that the drivers would see this and sue you. Because you would deserve it. Because this is so invasive and so fucking weird. I don't care about the rest of the tweet, but also if you don't, then I can tell you're likely to be a Zionist. What? What on God's green earth makes you think I'm probably a Zionist? You know my circle of friends or family. Nigga, what? You don't know... Huh? I'm so confused. I am so confused. How have we got to me being called a Zionist? So now I'm a Russophile and a Zionist. Fantastic. 2 for 2, let's go. If Max Verstappen is reading fanfiction about him getting blasted in the arse by his GT3 teammates, that's on him. And if he's offended by it, he can go cry about it on his $100 million yacht in the Monaco coast. Again, just because they're extremely rich celebrities doesn't give you the right to write this stupid shit, okay? This is gross. Let's say the roles were reversed, Okay, let's say a man writes fanfiction about, oh no, who's a Dorian Pin. Let's say this write a sex fanfiction about Dorian Pin, I can guarantee you women would get mad. But no, just because it's a man, it's perfectly fine, right? Who cares? It's a man. It's a rich man. He can go cry about it with his millions of dollars. And this is the same Spanish-speaking, slow-in-the-head slag that wrote this. Okay, so I said, it's incredibly invasive to write sexual fantasies about somebody without the consent, bro. Have some morals. And LMFAO, get the fuck out with your purity culture. People can fantasize about whoever they want. So people can fantasize about children, No. People can fantasize about whoever they want. You know, even a 3-year-old child or a 6-year-old, whatever. Anyone they want. You people really don't think before you type this shit, do you? And you can't even say I'm putting words in your mouth, because you said whoever you want. You can fantasize about whoever you want. Those aren't my words, those are yours. You can't blame me. I didn't put any words in your mouth, that's what you said. And this is where these people really lose their mind, okay? They decided to write fan fiction about Simon Patterson, who has openly said that they do not like it. This one in particular is about him dying after getting hit by a truck. But there are also sexual ones that I haven't read because I don't want to read it and I'm not going on that site. You do realise this is sexual harassment, right? Let's give this a read. Why are you here? Anonymous. Kill yourself. Summary. MotoGP journo that shouldn't be searching into RPF fandoms gets hit by a truck driven by his lovely co-worker Pecco. Max Verstappen is there for some reason. Notes. If you're like the one person in this fic, why the fuck are you here? Fuck off. You're harassing random people, and if it makes you uncomfortable, just stop interacting with it. The more you interact, the more you'll see it on your dog shit Twitter timeline. That's how an algorithm works. Anyway, no, wait. So you're complaining about random people getting harassed, yet you are sexually harassing this man by making fanfiction about him or RPF, whatever. You're literally doing exactly what you're complaining him. You're doing worse. He's not even harassing you, okay? He's just stating his opinion, and you guys are essentially the ones harassing him because he just made an opinion and you guys dogpiled him, okay? If anything, he is the harassment victim. Sure, I don't agree with everything he said. He might be a bit of a knucklehead. That's not my opinion, I'm just saying. You might think he's a bit of a dumbass. But you guys are the ones harassing him. Because he stated an opinion. Let's continue reading. Pecco was drunk driving his lovely truck when he suddenly felt a bump in the road. He immediately stopped on the side of the road and exited the vehicle, horrendous spelling of vehicle by the way, you fucking retard, to see what he had hit. Oh my god. Simon Patterson got hit by a truck. 07. Pecco, I said, hit the apex. This is not simply lovely. Max Verstappen shook his head disappointingly. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Oh, don't think I'm done. It gets worse. So this is some DMs, I believe, some lunatic. There's this post by someone called Theo. I think #he is just upset no one is writing any fanfics with him and his co-workers. This is just jealousy. Bro, what? Whatever. This girl says, bye! Okay, let's write Simon times any other journalist. Fuck yeah, I'll do Simon times X Kim, I can't remember how to say his surname, for that F1 times MotoGP crossover. What the fuck? But no, it gets worse. This is the second one, but I want to read this one first because the first one is actually worse. Simon Patterson gets turned into glue by orphan account. Motorsport RPF, motorcycling RPF. Major character death, Simon Patterson / Glue Factory. Fabio Quartararo, Simon Patterson, motorcycling RPF, Glue Factory. He deserves it though. What the fuck? Racing the Highs by Anonymous. Kill yourself. Motorcycling RPF. No archive warnings apply. Simon Patterson, Motorcycling RPF / others. Simon Patterson, Motorcycling RPF. Francesco Bagnaia, Fabio Quattuaro, motorcycles, fucking machines. What? Foot fetish. Mental instability, one-sided attraction, sex toys. Simon Patterson, a self-proclaimed MotoGP journalist, has some interesting adventures in the MotoGP paddock. From posting about claiming to be Francesco's colleague to reading Fabio fanfiction, Simon can't why can't I read? Simon can't stop to pretend he's in the headlines next to Pecco and Fabio, making him do some questionable stuff in Pecco's box. What the actual fuck? And people were proud of this. But people were proud of this. Look at Spurs by 10. This guy was actually in disagreement with this. This person said, "Hi Oomph, I made the top one." Crying emoji. You are proud of writing revenge gore. What is wrong with you people? Seek help. Seek help. No. In fact, give me a second. Read it! Overall, this situation just really pissed me off, because not only are you justifying making such invasive content about celebrities just because, they can look at their bank accounts and go, never mind, it's not that serious. Okay? Not only are you doing that, but you're also making sexual and gore fanfiction, RPF, whatever you want to call it, about someone who has openly stated their disdain for it, which means that they do not consent to said content, which means you have just sexually harassed this person. You people need serious help, okay? This is a disgusting form of parasocialism, okay? This is a type of parasocialism that gets celebrities stalked, harassed, doxed, everything, okay? This is the type of culture that we cannot have, because it just makes us look bad, okay? Fandom culture is not a good thing. Fandom culture is weird. K-pop, Taylor Swift, now F1, okay? You people are what give fans a bad rep. Some people are just really passionate about their favourite celebrities, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can be a big fan of someone, but don't worship them, and don't go to the point where you're making sexual fantasies about them fucking other men, because that is weird, that is creepy, that is invasive, that is gross. And you people started calling Simon homophobic because apparently he doesn't want drivers to be gay. Well, that means you are heterophobic because you don't want the drivers to be straight, because you're always making gay fanfiction, okay? It is literally two cheeks of the same ass. It is two nuts of the same sack. This is literally the exact same thing, just in different ways, okay? You people are the biggest hypocrites I've ever seen. You complain about harassment. You're harassing people. You complain about, discrimination. Discriminating, essentially. Based by your own logic. I'm done, okay? This has been 18 minutes, I'm tired.